Okay, next deputant I have, and I apologize, it's handwritten, Robert Fabian? Is that? Yeah. Good afternoon, Robert. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you for being here today.
I'm the new chair of the Development Committee of the Church Wellesley Neighborhood Association. I'm coming here to speak with you in support of the general thrust of what we found in the planning report. We are particularly pleased to find that both Young and Church, in terms of our neighborhood, are designated as a special character street. Indeed, the four neighborhood associations, Church Wellesley, Bloor East, the Bay Corridor, and Yorkdale, have agreed that we would love to see the opportunity taken to turn and see Young transformed into a great street. We've got an interesting opportunity running from Dundas Square up to Yorkville. We've got the characteristics, we've got the bones for a great street. We would like to see the community get behind the notion and, in fact, transform it. And a key part of that is going to be to preserve the historic fabric, because that's going to, in fact, preserve the key pedestrian corridor we've got along Yonge Street. We believe a couple points could be added to the report. First, we would like to see some recognition that height of buildings define the space that we're going to enjoy along a street. As you go up, you in fact restrict the sense of space. And it's not just what gets built, but what gets left unbuilt. And so our view would be that as you go higher, you in fact need to step further back from the street to preserve the same sense of space along Yonge Street, because Yonge plays a key pedestrian corridor role in the definition and the operation of the city. In fact, it's key to the downtown neighborhoods, that we can walk from one place to another along an attractive human scale pedestrian corridor, and that's Yonge Street. We also found it unfortunate there was no recognition that a large number of new condo developments are net removing jobs from the downtown. You look at the number of developments in our neighborhood, the Church Wellesley neighborhood, and you discover that a whole batch of small office buildings are falling prey to new condo developments, net loss in new jobs. Not net average loss, but net absolute loss. We would certainly like to see some recognition that should not be allowed. Minimum would be that no net loss in the neighborhood of jobs or places of employment. Lastly, there's a massive increase in intensification. Indeed, if you look at the targets for the downtown neighborhoods, the four along our stretch of Yonge Street, we've all met or exceeded the kind of intensification targets. There has been no corresponding recognition that there needs to be a growth in infrastructure. The public space has not received the investment it should. The transit has not received the investment it should. You can't just constantly jam more people into an ever smaller space and not recognize there needs to be some investment. So we would like to see a greater recognition of a need for corresponding infrastructure investment. Our points in conclusion: we applaud the general thrust, in particular the recognition of Church and Yonge as special character streets. We see a very tantalizing opportunity for turning Yonge Street into a great street. We'd like to see a clearer recognition that space is a key attribute of the downtown, and that relates directly to height. We want to see a greater recognition of the importance of jobs so that we have a true mixed-use neighborhood. And lastly, we feel that it's important to recognize the infrastructure needs investment if you're going to jam more people in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? No? Thank you for your thoughts today.